taking piano lessons and then only playing the piano one time a week, like when you went to the lesson and you never practiced any other time? Or what if you were practicing like every day, but you were doing it wrong? And every time you were not practicing correctly, you were not putting your fingers in the right place, you were doing something wrong. Would you advance? Would you become a better and better piano player? No. And that is the same with reading lessons. When we are doing reading lessons, when both with piano and with reading lessons, you are forming new pathways in your brain. Our brains are fearfully and wonderfully made, and the pathways in your brain are becoming stronger and stronger. The more you go over the same material, the more strong that pathway becomes. When we are practicing, practice does not make perfect. Instead, practice makes permanent. So if you're practicing something wrong, it's going to be harder and harder to do it the right way if you've been practicing doing it the wrong way. So, when you're reading, it's the same thing. Sometimes people think, well, I'll just have them come once a week and then I can practice with them at home the other times. And I would like my students to practice at home with their parents. But let's be honest, if you were looking into getting a tutor for reading for your child, then practicing at home so far hasn't been going real well. So you want to get it to where it is going well. And you need some practice doing it the right way and getting better and better at it. And then you can be doing it more yourself after that. And we know from studies that it is good to have spaced repetition of what you're trying to learn. So it's good to study and practice and then sleep and then study and practice some more and then sleep. Have good sleep is really important to learning. So anyway, with tutoring, you want your child to come more often, and as often as you can. It'd be great if you could have them come every day to tutoring, especially at the beginning. You want to front load that tutoring so that when you start, you're doing it really often and at minimum twice a week, and then they get better and better at it, and then after they're practicing the right way and they're successful at it and you're having a great time practicing together, perhaps you can tutor less often, but at the beginning anyway, you want to come a minimum of twice a week. You're actually going to be saving time and money in the long run when you do it that way. You're going to save money because you are going to get a discount because you come more often. The more often that you come, it's going to cost you a little bit less per hour. It's going to take less time because you're going to get better at it faster. And you're going to see a big difference sooner. And so that is going to save you time in the long run. You're going to be able to get more independent sooner. You're going to be able to practice more on your own that way. Because at the very beginning, you may not be able to practice as much on your own. It may be just like, just wait until you're good at this before you just start practicing it on your own. Or maybe you're just working on making sure that you know all the letters in the alphabet and being able to identify the sounds, be able to spell the sounds of the alphabet. Maybe that's where you're starting, and so that's all that you're practicing at the beginning. And you'll be able to practice more and more things and get more and more independent, and then you can practice more on your own, and it will be a good thing instead of practicing doing it the wrong way. We don't want that to happen, do we? Then that's going to actually slow you down instead of speed you up. So that's why make sure that you're doing everything right before you start practicing a lot. And when you come more often to reading lessons at the beginning, then you're going to be more successful in the long run, and it's going to be faster in the long run. So I just wanted to explain that to you because most people who do the type of tutoring that I'm doing Sometimes we call it reading therapy. Most people will require that you come at minimum of twice a week. You will be glad and you won't regret it. You'll be glad in the long run. If you're interested in starting on your tutoring journey, then contact me at defeatingdyslexiawithdarcy.com. Or you can text me at 970-702-5026. Do you notice that my piano has a missing key right here? I mean, it's not really a missing key, it's just the white covering is missing. It sounds the same, it just doesn't look as good. But it kind of helps me to actually play better because I can feel if my hand is in the right place. It probably doesn't help me if I play on a different piano, but on this piano, it kind of helps me to know if I'm playing, if my hand is in the right place. And you know, people that have dyslexia, you may think of it as a handicap, but you know, people with dyslexia are often very strong people. They have learned to persevere and work hard, and they can be very successful. And you know what? All of us have something missing, something that's gone wrong in our lives, something that's a challenge for us. And you know what? Don't let that hold you back. It can be helpful to you, actually, if you learn to use it in the right way.